Listen closely right now. I need you to pause whatever you're doing. Set that phone aside, shut that laptop, and give your full attention to what I'm about to share. Because what I'm about to tell you today is going to shift how you view the world. It's going to shift how you move through it. See, there's a battle happening. Not the kind you watch on the news, not the kind waged with weapons and explosives, but a battle for your soul, for your dignity, for your self-worth. And every day, without exception, you're either winning that battle or you're losing it. The line between triumph and failure has nothing to do with your bank balance, how many people follow you online, or what you drive. The line is simple. Really, it comes down to what you'll allow and what you refuse to allow in your life. Today, I'm going to walk you through 7 behaviors, 7 deadly offenses against your own spirit that you must never ever put up with. Not from strangers, not from friends, not from coworkers, and certainly not from family. Because being family doesn't earn anyone a pass to belittle you or steal your peace. Maya Angelou once said, "When people show you who they are, believe them the first time." But here's what she left unsaid. When someone reveals who they are, and that person doesn't respect you, you face a decision. You can either show them how you expect to be treated, or you can teach yourself to leave. Behavior number 1, disrespect. Let me begin with the bedrock of it all. Respect. Disrespect behaves like cancer. It starts tiny, maybe a sarcastic remark here, a dismissive brush off there, but if you don't remove it right away, it multiplies, it expands, and before long it has swallowed up everything worthwhile in your bond with that person. Disrespect shows up in countless ways. It's the relative who repeatedly talks over you as though your words carry no weight. It's the friend who cracks jokes at your expense in public, then tells you to loosen up when you're not amused. It's the partner who brushes aside your feelings, your goals, your worries as though they mean nothing. But here's what you must grasp. When someone disrespects you, they're not merely attacking your words or your choices, they're attacking your value as a person. They're communicating, without ever stating it outright, that you don't deserve basic human dignity. I don't care whether it's your mom, your dad, your husband or wife, your closest friend since you were kids, disrespect has no place. Full stop. Because when you put up with disrespect, you're not only letting someone else shrink you, you're shrinking yourself. You're training your own mind to believe you don't deserve better. Eleanor Roosevelt put it perfectly. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Withdraw your consent. The instant someone talks to you in a way that makes you feel insignificant, speak up. Say, "I won't accept being addressed that way." And if they can't change how they act, you change how close you let them get. Respect isn't something you win through perfection. It's something you're owed simply for being human. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Behavior number 2, manipulation. Now let's discuss manipulation. The skill of getting you to move to someone else's rhythm while convincing you it was your own idea to move at all. Manipulators excel at one thing above all, making you doubt your own reality. They wield guilt like a tool. "After all I've sacrificed for you," they'll say. They use your affection against you. "If you truly cared about me, you'd..." They exploit your insecurities to keep you under control. "You'll never find someone better than me." They twist the past to cast themselves as the injured party and you as the wrongdoer. Manipulation is especially harmful coming from family because it hides behind the language of love. "I'm only telling you this because I love you." Family comes before anything. Blood runs thicker than water. But here's the reality. They'd rather you never learn. Love doesn't manipulate. Love doesn't lay guilt trips. Love doesn't make you feel unstable for having limits. The most dangerous kind of manipulation is gaslighting, causing you to doubt what you know to be true. They'll deny saying things you clearly heard them say. They'll swear events unfolded differently than you recall. They'll leave you feeling like you're going crazy. As the saying goes, the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. Manipulators pull off the same trick, persuading you your reality isn't genuine. Steve Jobs once said, "Your time is limited. Don't waste it living someone else's life." When you let someone manipulate you, you're living according to their script, not your own. You're making choices shaped by their desires, their needs, their agenda, not yours. Call manipulation what it truly is: theft. They're robbing you of your independence, your peace of mind, your capacity to choose what's best for you. And thieves, no matter your affection for them, have no place in your life. Behavior number 3, emotional abuse. This one strikes close to home for so many because emotional abuse leaves no visible marks. There are no bruises to show, no fractures to prove it happened. Yet the harm is genuine, and it runs deep. Emotional abuse is the calculated dismantling of your self-esteem, your confidence, your sense of worth. It looks like name-calling, relentless criticism, threats, intimidation, cutting you off from loved ones, and a deliberate push to make you feel useless. The emotional abuser operates from a script, and they stick to it faithfully. First, they break you down. You're dumb, you're worthless, nobody else would want you. Then they lift you up just enough to hold on to you. But I love you. I'm the only one who gets you. We're meant to be together. It's a loop crafted to keep you stuck. What makes emotional abuse especially vicious is that it frequently comes from people who claim to love you. The parent who's forever telling you you're not enough. The partner who leaves you feeling like you can't do anything right. The sibling who treats you as though you're a burden. But here's what you need to know. Love doesn't break you down. It lifts you up. Love doesn't make you feel tiny. It makes you feel unstoppable. Love doesn't cut you off. It links you to your best self. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that." But sometimes the most caring thing you can do is take yourself out of the darkness. Sometimes love means caring for yourself enough to leave people who won't acknowledge your light. If someone in your world constantly makes you feel inadequate, makes you second-guess yourself, makes you feel like you're tiptoeing around them, that isn't love. That's emotional terrorism, and you don't bargain with terrorists. Behavior number 4, breaking trust. Trust is the cornerstone of every meaningful bond. It's the invisible cord linking human hearts. When someone breaks your trust, they're not just going back on a promise, they're fracturing a piece of you. Betrayal takes many shapes. It's the friend who spreads your secrets to others. It's the relative who turns your vulnerabilities into weapons against you. It's the partner who lies straight to your face while holding your gaze. It's the colleague who claims your work as their own. It's anyone who convinces you they're reliable, then shows you they're not. The sting of betrayal is distinct because it blends loss with shame. You lose not only the relationship but also confidence in your own judgment. You begin doubting everything and everyone. How could I have been so foolish? How did I miss this? Who else in my life is deceiving me? But here's what you should know. Being betrayed doesn't mark you as naive or foolish. It marks you as human. It shows you're courageous enough to trust, big-hearted enough to believe in someone's goodness, open enough to be vulnerable. The one who betrayed you should carry the shame, not you. Warren Buffett once said, "It takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it." Think that over, and you'll act differently. The same holds for trust. It takes years to establish and can shatter in a moment. Once broken, it rarely mends completely. Some will tell you forgiveness means handing someone another opportunity to wound you. That isn't forgiveness. That's naivety. Forgiveness means letting go of the anger and bitterness for the sake of your own peace. It doesn't mean stepping back into harm's path. When someone reveals they can't be trusted, take them at their word. Stop making excuses for them. Stop rationalizing their conduct. Stop granting them endless opportunities to prove they've changed. Trust your gut and safeguard your peace. Behavior number 5, ongoing negativity and toxicity. Life is difficult enough without filling it with people who make it harder. Everyone experiences bad days, hard stretches, moments where support and compassion are needed. But there's a real gap between someone going through a rough patch and someone who has turned negativity into a permanent lifestyle. Toxic people function as energy vampires. They sap your enthusiasm, your optimism, your hope. They complain endlessly yet never lift a finger to change their circumstances. They spot problems in every solution, gloom in every glimmer of light. They tear apart your dreams, ridicule your ambitions, and explain why you'll fail before you've even started. The toxic figure in your life could be the relative who always finds something negative about your decisions, the friend who never speaks well of anyone or anything, the coworker who spreads rumors and stirs up drama everywhere they go, the partner who spots the worst in every circumstance and wants you to wallow with them. What makes toxic people especially harmful is how their negativity spreads. Spend enough time near someone who views the world as bleak and hopeless, and you'll begin viewing it the same way. Their limiting beliefs turn into your limiting beliefs. Their fears turn into your fears. Their cynicism turns into your cynicism. Oprah Winfrey said, "Surround yourself only with people who are going to lift you higher." Notice she didn't say occasionally lift you higher or attempt to lift you higher when the mood strikes them. She said only people who lift you higher. You get to decide who enters your inner circle. You can choose to fill your life with people who inspire you, cheer you on, believe in you, and push you toward growth. Or you can choose people who pull you down, dishearten you, second-guess you, and make you feel smaller. Choose carefully. Your future self is counting on it. Behavior number 6, absence of accountability. This one matters enormously. Never accept someone who won't own their actions. These are the people who always have an alibi, always someone else to point at, always a justification for why nothing is ever their doing. The person who dodges accountability is hazardous because they exist in a fantasy where they're perpetually the victim and everyone else is at fault. They can't grow because they can't own their mistakes. They can't change because they don't think change is necessary. They can't be relied on because they'll never confess when they're wrong. You know these people. The relative who wounded you but claims you're too sensitive. The friend who's forever backing out of plans but always has a solid excuse. The coworker who errs but points fingers at everyone else. The partner who hurts you but somehow twists it so you're the one to blame for feeling hurt. Lack of accountability wrecks relationships because it makes genuine connection unattainable. How can you build a real relationship with someone who won't claim their role in the problems? How can you settle conflicts with someone who won't admit they contributed to them? How can you trust someone who reshapes history to make themselves look good? John F. Kennedy said, "The great enemy of the truth is very often not the lie, but the myth, persistent, persuasive, and unrealistic." The myth these unaccountable people tell themselves is that they're flawless, that problems are always someone else's doing, that they never need to grow or change. Don't feed this pattern. Don't cover for them. Don't accept their finger-pointing. Don't tolerate their refusal to claim their actions. When someone won't take ownership, you take ownership of yourself. Take ownership of guarding your peace, your sanity, your well-being. Behavior number 7, deliberately sabotaging your success and happiness. This might be the toughest behavior to accept because it often stems from people who should be rooting for you. These are people who ought to be celebrating your wins but instead try to shrink them. They should be championing your dreams but instead sow doubt. They should want to see you happy but seem unsettled when you are. The person undermining your success might be subtle. They'll deliver backhanded compliments. You landed the promotion. I guess they were really that desperate. They'll fixate on possible pitfalls. Starting your own business? Do you realize how many businesses collapse? They'll downplay your accomplishments. Anyone could have pulled that off with your advantages. Or they might be blunt about it. They'll actively talk you out of chasing opportunities. They'll insist you're not smart enough, talented enough, seasoned enough. They'll forecast your failure before you've even begun. They'll leave you feeling guilty for wanting more, for dreaming big, for having faith in yourself. Why do people behave this way? Sometimes it's envy. Your success makes them feel bad about their own path. Sometimes it's fear. If you grow and evolve, they worry you'll outgrow them. Sometimes it's about control. Keeping you small keeps you dependent on them. But here's what you need to understand. Their reasons don't matter. What matters is how it affects your life. When someone repeatedly tries to sabotage your success and happiness, they're not simply being unsupportive. They're poisoning your growth. Albert Einstein said, "Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds." Not everyone will cheer your success. Not everyone will back your dreams. Not everyone will want to see you happy. And that's fine. As long as you don't let their limits become yours. You don't need everyone's approval to succeed. You don't need everyone's backing to be happy. You don't need everyone's blessing to chase your dreams. What you need is the courage to chase them regardless, even when the people nearest to you don't understand or support your path. The decision is yours. Now let me share something that may be tough to hear. Drawing boundaries with difficult people, especially relatives, is one of the hardest things you'll ever face. It runs against everything we've been taught about loyalty, about forgiveness, about keeping the peace. You'll be labeled selfish. You'll be told you're blowing things out of proportion. You'll be accused of being ungrateful, disloyal, cold. People will use guilt, manipulation, and emotional blackmail to push you into accepting the unacceptable. But here's what I want you to hold on to. Guarding your peace isn't selfish, it's essential. Setting limits isn't harsh, it's healthy. Refusing to accept disrespect isn't unkind, it's self-love. You can't control how others act, but you can control how you respond to it. You can't transform toxic people, but you can transform your relationship with them. You can't force someone to respect you, but you can refuse to accept disrespect. Those who genuinely love you will honor your boundaries. They'll work to rebuild your trust if they've damaged it. They'll own their actions. They'll champion your success and celebrate your happiness. They'll treat you with the dignity and respect you're owed. And those who won't, well, as Maya Angelou said, when people show you who they are, believe them. Then base your decisions on that truth, not on who you hope they'll become or who they once were. Life isn't a dress rehearsal. This is the real thing. This is your one chance at happiness, at success, at peace, at fulfillment. Don't squander it trying to manage other people's emotions, trying to solve other people's problems, trying to earn love and respect from people who won't offer it. You deserve respect. You deserve to be treated with kindness. You have every right to set boundaries. You hold the power to decide who gets access to your time, your energy, your heart. As Nelson Mandela said, there is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. Stop shrinking yourself to keep others comfortable. Stop settling for relationships that exhaust you instead of nourishing you. Stop accepting behaviors that you know deep down are unacceptable. The 7 behaviors I've laid out today: disrespect, manipulation, emotional abuse, breaking trust, ongoing negativity and toxicity, absence of accountability, and deliberately sabotaging your success and happiness. These aren't quirks to overlook or personality flaws to excuse. These are deal breakers. These are the hills you die on. These are the lines you don't let anyone cross. Stand up for yourself. Speak out for yourself. Fight for yourself, because if you won't, who else will? Your future is waiting for you. Your dreams are calling out your name. Your happiness is within your grasp. But first, you have to clear away the people and behaviors blocking your path. The decision is yours. What will you choose? Remember, you're not accountable for how other people behave, but you are accountable for what you allow. Choose carefully. Your life depends on it.